Hello everyone and welcome back to Catalyst. This is Safa Suleiman Sheikh with another episode of Word Equations Made Easy. As promised in the previous episode, we had a few questions pending on the cost problems, so we will be completing them today, and for once and all we will be done with the cost related problems. So let us begin. On selling a TV at 5% gain and a fridge at 10% gain, a shopkeeper gains 3,250 rupees. But if he sells the TV at 10% gain and the fridge at 5% loss, he gains 1,500. Find the actual cost price of TV and that of the fridge. Now see, there's a very, there's a longer way of understanding this and there's a very short way of understanding this. Quickly, I'll give you an idea of what is happening. A lot of students are confused. So suppose there is a TV which I am purchasing at 20,000 rupees. Okay, the cost price, the price of this TV is 20,000 rupees. That is, I have purchased a TV for my shop, which I'll be keeping in my shop for sale purpose at 20,000 rupees. Okay, next I am selling this particular TV. I am going to sell it at 10% of profit, or I can tell it as gain. Fine, gain or the profit. I am going to sell it at 10% profit. What does that mean? That means that first I have to find the 10% of this 20,000. How do I find it? 10 by 100 of 20,000. Okay, cancel off this will come up to 2,000 rupees. That is, I am going to keep a profit of 2,000 rupees while selling it. What does that mean? That simply means that this TV which I purchased from any vendor, from any manufacturer at 20,000 rupees, now I am going to sell it at 22,000 rupees. Okay, so this 2,000 rupees extra that I have got, that is my profit, that is my gain. Got it? This is the concept of your profit and gain. So what you have to do to find the total selling price, okay, the amount at which I am selling, this is called as a selling price, which has your cost price plus this profit involved in it. Okay, it is inculcated in it. So if you are considering the selling price, that has the actual cost price plus the profit included in it. Okay, so the proper procedure of finding the total selling price is by first finding the cost price, which will be given. Okay, then find the gain on that, profit on that, then add them, then we get the selling price. This you can do. Okay, but there is a shortcut of directly finding this. Instead of taking this, then finding the 10%, then adding, then finding the selling price, the shortcut is very simple. The shortcut says that what you have to do is, what is the cost price? Okay, the total selling price will be, take this 10% gain that you have taken, add 100 to it, 100 plus the profit what you're adding. Okay, profit is 10%, right? So total how much it became? 110%. Find the 110% of this 20,000. How much will it be? Let's calculate and see. 110 divided by 100 into 20,000. Cut off the zeros. 2 11s are 22, 1 0 0, right? These two zeros. Yes, 22,000 directly. Did we get the answer? So this is like a shortcut of finding this thing. So what I would like you to do is, while solving these equations, instead of taking first the cost price, then finding the gain, then adding them, then finding the selling price, just simply 200 add the gain that they have given and find the selling price. Okay, now let us see what happens if there is a case of loss. For example, 20,000 ka TV I purchased. Now I urgently need money for maybe for some personal use, and I decide that okay, nobody is buying it, let me sell it off at a 5% loss. 5% loss means what? What is my cost price? At what price did I purchase it? At 20,000 rupees, right? I am selling it at a 5% of loss. What will be the 5% of loss that I will be facing? What will be the amount? 20,000, 5% of that, 5 by 100. So if you find this out, this comes up to 1,000 rupees. So now I will be selling my TV at this 20,000 minus 10,000, that is 19,000 rupees. I am going to sell my TV. Okay, so this is how you'll find the loss. This is the loss, and the final selling price, the price at which I'll be selling it to the customer, that is 19,000 rupees. Now again, instead of doing so much, first take the cost price, then find the percentage loss of it, then subtract it, then find the selling price. Shortcut. Simple thing is, here what did you do? You did 100 plus, because it was a profit, you did 100 plus that percentage. Now because it is a loss, you are going to do 100 minus the loss percentage. What is the loss percentage? 5%. So this will be 95%. Okay, find the 95% of this 20,000. Very simple, 95 by 100 into 20,000. Okay, so this you strike off, this you strike off. 95 into 2, 95 into 2 comes up to 190. 190 and 2 zeros, 19,000. See, we got it in a single step. Okay, so this one you follow. This is for your understanding. I explained what is the cost price, how did you find the gain, how did you find the loss, but prefer the shortcut for your solving of problems. It will make your equation solving much more easier. Fine. I'll quickly erase the board and we will proceed forward to the question given here. Understood? Let me write it in short over here. To find the gain, after the gain, if you have to find the selling price, if it is a gain, then 100 plus that percentage of the total price. Okay, and if it is at a loss you are selling, then do it 100 minus that much percentage of total price. Okay, so this is the key point. This is the key thing that you have to use. Now let's come over here. They are telling that on selling a TV at 5% gain and a fridge at 10% gain, a shopkeeper is gaining so much, a profit he is getting so much. But if he sells the TV at 10% gain and the fridge at 5% loss, he gains 1500 rupees. Find the actual cost price of TV and that of the fridge. Now let us assume that the cost price of TV is X and the cost price of fridge is Y. Okay, that is the shopkeeper has got it from the vendor at X rupees and Y rupees. Now he has to sell it at some gain, at some profit. Okay, now they are telling that he is selling the TV at 5% gain. What will be the selling price of this person? What will be the selling price? 100 plus that much gain, right? So 100 plus 5% gain will give me 105% of X. This is the selling price of the TV now. 5% gain he is selling, right? So 105% of X. Then he is selling a fridge also at 10% gain. So 110% of Y is what he is selling. A shopkeeper gains 3250. Now here this word is very important. Okay, a shopkeeper got if they told. Okay, a shopkeeper received if they told. You could directly write it 3250. Okay, but now what they are telling is that he has not gained it. Okay, he has not gotten this much cash. No, he has gained it. He has made a profit of 3250. So how will I get the profit? This is the selling price. This is the price at which he sells to the customer. Okay, how do I get the profit? Suppose if I am selling a TV at 22,000, okay, and the actual price of the TV at which I had purchased is 20,000, then what is the profit I had made? 2,000. How did you get this? This is the selling price at which I sold it to the customer, and this is the cost price at which I purchased from someone, right? So this selling price minus cost price gave me the profit. As simple as that. What I am selling to the customer minus at what I had purchased, that extra money that I got is my profit, is my gain, right? So the same thing you have to do here, because they said he gains it. The profit is 3250. The total amount he is receiving from the customer is not 3250. Here in this example, if I tell you, he is making a profit of 2,000. What he receives from the customer, what he will be getting from the customer is 22,000, but the profit that he is making is 2,000 rupees. Okay, so now this is the selling price. This is what the customer will give him. The customer will pay him this much, minus this whole thing, minus the cost of the fridge and the TV will give me the profit. So minus the cost of the TV, which is TV is X, and fridge is Y. So this will give me 3250. Now let me just open this up. 105% of X is 105 by 100X plus 110 by 100Y minus of X plus Y is 3250. I hope this is clear now. This much is the selling price. This is the cost price. Selling price minus cost price gives me the profit. Why did we minus it? Why did we just not write this? Because they said it is the gain he is getting. It is the profit that he is getting. If it was simply the cash received, then your equation would be this much only. 105 by 100x plus 110 by 100y equal to 3250. But because they said it's a profit, so you have to minus the cost price also. If still this was confusing, then just simply remember a formula, that the formula of profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. For the students who found this difficult or too complicated, there is a formula: profit equal to selling price minus cost price. Selling price, as I told you, take it 100 plus, if it is a gain, add that gain and find that much percentage of total price. If it is a loss, just minus it. Cost price is what you have assumed over here, X and Y. As simple as that. Okay. Now next equation, let us frame it. Okay. Let me quickly erase this part so that you can see the equations. Yeah. Okay. Second part is, if he sells the TV at a 10% gain and the fridge at 5% loss, he gains 1500 rupees. Okay. Now what is the selling price? Quickly tell me. Selling price will be the selling price. How much will it be? 10% gain he is selling the TV. What is the cost price of the TV? X, right? So 110% of X plus fridge at a loss he is selling. So 95%, 100 minus 5, 95% of Y minus, this is the selling price, minus the cost price. Cost price is X plus Y again, will give me the gain, the profit, which is 1500 rupees. Now this you will write it as 110 by 100X plus 95 by 100Y minus X plus Y equal to 1500. The equations, when you solve it, you will get the value of X and Y, that is the actual cost price of the TV and that of the fridge. I hope this is clear now. If you are still unsure of that, please watch the video again for maybe like 1 time, 2 times and solve it. Okay. You pause the video, solve it along with me and proceed forward, and you will quickly be able to solve it. Take up a few more extra problems relating to this and you just see how quickly you will be able to handle these questions now. Fine. Let us proceed forward. There's one more question over here. This I'll keep it pending. I'll come back to it now in some time. Let's just see the percentage related problems only for now. A man sold a chair and a table together for 1520 rupees. Okay. Thereby making a profit of 25% on chair and 10% on table. He has sold the chair and table together for 1520 and he made a profit of 25% on chair and 10% on table. By selling them together for 1535 rupees, he would have made a profit of 10% on the chair and 25% on the table. So what here they are telling is, a man has sold a chair, he has sold a table, okay, and total amount that he is getting is 1520 rupees, okay, and when he sold this, in this there was a profit of 25% on chair and 10% on the table. Find the cost price of each. Let me assume the cost price of chair, the actual cost price of chair as X, cost price of table as Y. Okay, so what will be the selling price? Now here what they have given is not the profit. This is the selling price. This is the selling price. Here also by selling them together for this thing. So this is the selling price. There it was given he gains. So that was the profit. Okay. Understand the English. You have to read the question carefully what they have given. Once you understand, it's nothing. It's a child's play for you to solve the equation. So be careful while reading the questions. A man sold a chair and table together for 1520 means this is the selling price. Now how do you find the selling price? What did I tell you over here? the selling price, if you have to find, it is just 100 plus that percentage if it is a gain and minus if it is the loss of the total price. Directly you'll get the selling price. You need not do a lot of calculations over here. Simple thing, if the cost of one chair is X and he's selling it at a profit of 25%, means what will be the total selling price of that chair? It will be 100 plus 25, 125% of X plus 110% of Y will give you 1520. Here again I did not subtract this X plus Y over here. Why? Because we are not finding the profit, we are finding the selling price, and this is how you find the selling price. Okay, note this down and keep it. This is the difference. So the equation will be 125 by 100 X plus 110 by 100 Y equal to 1520. Next, by selling them together for 1535, he would have made a profit of 10% on the chair and 25% on the table. 10% on the chair means 110% of X plus 25% on the table means 125% of Y. This will be equal to 1535. Now this, if I translate into equation, it will be 110 by 100 X plus 125 by 100 Y equal to 1535. So these are the two equations. This is the first equation, this is the second equation. See, as you proceed forward, you will be feeling that the problems are becoming easier for you. Next, let us see the next one. On selling a tea set at 5% loss and lemon set at 15% gain, a crockery seller gains 7 rupees. Now see, again the word gains come. Means how will you solve it? You are going to solve it like this particular question. Okay, where you have to find the selling price first minus the cost price which you will be assuming it as X and Y only. So same way you will get minus X plus Y. Only these values will change. Okay. So that, and if he sells the tea set at 5% gain and the lemon set at 10% gain, he gains 13 rupees. Again, that same type of first type of problem that I have shown to you. Find the actual price of each of the tea set and the lemon set. Now this I will leave it as a homework for you. Please do solve it. I'm 100% sure if you would have understood the first one, if you have tried and worked out the first one, this one will become very easy for you. Please do solve it and drop the answers in the comment section so that I know you are following along with me. Okay, now let us come back to this particular question which I had skipped. Okay, this is a very simple question. A lady has only 25 paisa and 50 paisa coins in a purse. So there is a lady who has a nice little purse. Okay, maybe the picture is not as nice, but she has a nice little purse in which she has 25 paisa coins and 50 paisa coins. If she has 50 coins in all, totaling 1950, how many coins of each kind does she have? Now first thing is to find the variables X and Y. Okay, so how many coins of each kind does she have? So that means we have to assume 25 paisa, number of 25 paisa coins we will take it as X, and number of 50 paisa coins that she has we are taking it as Y. Okay, so some 25 paisa coins she has, some 50 paisa coins she has. Total number of coins is 50. Number of 25 paisa coins is X. Number of 50 paisa coins is Y. So X plus Y should be equal to 50. Suppose she has 20 25 paisa coins and 30 this one. So 20 plus 30 is 50. Okay. So the number of coins, you're counting the coins. The coins of 25 paisa and 50 paisa together it is 50 coins. Okay. Now what is the amount? They are telling if I count the amount of this, count the amount of these coins, 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50, like that. If I do, the total amount is coming as rupees 19.50. Okay, so how will I find this? Very simple. There are X coins. Okay, X 25 paisa coins. So the amount of them will be 25X. Okay, suppose if I have 5 rupee coins and I have 10 such coins. I have 5 rupee coins, 10 such 5 rupee coins. What will be the amount of money I have? 10 into 5, 50 rupees I have, right? Same thing I am doing here. 25 paisa coins into that many number of coins. 25X plus 50Y will give me total amount which is 19.50 rupees. So these are the two set of equations. Sorry, these are the two equations, linear pair of equations, which you have to solve them to find how many 25 paisa coins you have and how many 50 paisa coins you have. Now this is in the paisa format. You can get the question as notes also, 50 paisa, 50 rupees notes, 100 rupee notes, 500 rupee notes. Same way you will have to solve them. Okay, so this is a denomination type of question, and which is there in a lot of question papers in your NCERTs too. I hope this is clear now. Let's come to the next question. A man invested an amount at 12% per annum simple interest and another amount at 10% per annum simple interest. He received an annual interest of 2,600, but if he had interchanged the amounts invested, he would have received 140 rupees less. What amounts did he invest at the different rates? Very simple. Let me tell you that a person is investing one amount. We don't know what that amount is, and here they have told what amounts did he invest. So let us assume that the first amount, okay, some amount that he has invested, the first investment that he has made, that amount I will take it as X, and another amount, the second investment that he has made, that amount I will assume it as Y. This is X, this is Y. Fine. Add per annum. Per annum means for 1 year. Simple interest. Okay. Simple interest. This investment is at the rate of 12% per annum. And this investment that he made is at the rate of 10% per annum. Okay. Simple interest it is. He received an annual interest of 2,600 rupees. Means from this investment that he has made, some interest he will be receiving. And from this investment also he is receiving some investment. Together the sum of these investments is 2,600 rupees. Fine. If he had interchanged the amounts, that means if suppose this he has invested in bank 1. In bank 1, say Axis Bank, over here he has invested. Fine. And this is ICICI Bank. Fine. So this is the bank 2 he has invested. If suppose here he had invested 10,000 rupees and here he had invested 20,000 rupees. So he'll get some amount here, some amount here. Total will be 2,600 rupees. That is what they are telling. But if he had interchanged the amount, that is 20,000 he had given to Axis Bank and 10,000 he had given to ICICI Bank, then the amount he would receive, the interest that he would receive would be 140 less. 2,600 is what he is receiving right now. Okay. If he had interchanged the amount, he would have gotten 140 less, means simple to tell it is 2,600 minus 140. He would have gotten 2,460. Just to confuse you, instead of giving 2,460, they have told 140 less. 140 less, 140 minus you have to do from 2,600. Okay. So this is what is the story. Bank 1, some amount, bank 2, some amount, some interest he is getting, which is 2,600 rupees. But if he had swapped the money, in bank 1 he had given something and bank 2 ulta he had given, then the interest would be 2,460. Now we have to find the amounts. How will we find? First you should know that there is a formula for simple interest, which you should remember, which you must have studied in your class 8th, 7th and all. Okay. So simple interest formula is principal amount into rate into time by 100. This is the simple interest formula. What is principal? P. This is the P is the amount invested. Amount invested. Okay, so in Axis Bank, in our example, what did he invest? 10,000 rupees. So here in this particular bank, the P is 10,000 rupees. In ICICI Bank, 20,000 rupees. So the P is 20,000 rupees. Rate. What is the rate at which he has invested? 12%. So rate here is 12 for Axis Bank. And R. R is the rate what is given. The percentage basically. Okay. And here in ICSE what it is? 10%. So R is 10. What is time? For what amount of time has he invested? 1 year, right? Per year he is going to get the interest. Okay, there will be quarterly sometime investments, sometimes half a year investments, 2 year investments. Okay, for now they have told per annum. Per annum means 1 year. Okay, so the time period over here is 1 year, 1 basically in both of them. Okay, so if he has invested X rupees, now here I took the example of 10,000. Now I am telling in the bank 1 he has invested X rupees. The principal amount is X rupees at 12% per annum. What is the simple interest he is going to get from the bank 1? Simple, P into R into T by 100 for the bank 1 he is going to get. Plus, what is the interest he will get here? Again P into R into T by 100 for the bank 2's value. This should give me 2,600, right? So what is the principal amount he has invested? We don't know. We have assumed it to be X. This is for your example. I took 10,000, 2,000. But actually it is X and Y we have assumed, right? So X into what is the rate? Rate is 12%. So I'll write it 12 times 1 divided by 100 plus Y into 10 into 1 by 100 equal to 2,600. Okay, so this becomes 12x by 100 plus 10y by 100 equal to 2,600. This is your first equation. Now they are telling if you had interchanged the amount. Okay, so interchange the amount means this amount X he had given to this bank at 10% and this amount Y he had given to this bank at 12%, then he would have gotten the amount as 2460. Okay, so what will be the equation? P into R into T. P is what now? For the first bank, P is what now? Y you are giving, no, interchange. So this equation will be interchanged. Instead of thinking so much, let's just interchange it here. Whatever is there X, you will write Y, Y you will write it as X. Simple interchanging. So 12y by 100 plus 10x by 100 should give me 2460. Interchange, no? So the values I have interchange of X and Y. That's it. Interchange it, you will get the answer as 2460. This is the second set of equation. This is how you are going to solve it. I hope that is clear now. This was a very simple question. Nothing to fear. Only thing is you should know the simple interest formula to tackle this problem. Next one, shall I take it? This is the last problem. The last type of problem you will be seeing in your cost related problems. Okay, and then we'll reach the end of the cost related problems. We have some other type of questions too, age related problems, etc., which we'll be taking in the upcoming episodes. Let us solve this now. Each one of A and B has some money. So A is a person. Let us draw a very nice A. It's a very nice A only. Okay, please assume that the drawing is a very nice A and this is Mr. B. Okay, both of them have some money with them. This guy also has some money, this guy also has some money. If A gives rupees 30 to B, A is giving how much? 30 rupees to B, then B will have twice the money left with A. But if B gives 10 rupees to A, then A will have thrice as much left with B. How much does each have? Now this is purely a play with the language. There's nothing in such questions. You just have to focus very carefully and solve them. Okay, just understand the English. Solving the equations is just a piece of cake. Framing the equations is a piece of cake. Just read it carefully. Okay, now first let us assume what is X, what is Y. How much money does each have? So let us assume that A has X rupees, B has Y rupees. Okay, A has X rupees, B has Y rupees. Now see carefully the magic of understanding this type of equations. If A gives 30 to B, then B will have twice the money left with A. Okay, how much money A is having? X. Let me write here, A is having X, B is having Y. Now A gives 30 to B. 30 rupees he is giving to B. How much will be left with A? X minus 30. 30 rupees he has given, so how much is left with A? X minus 30. How much B will have now? He had Y rupees, right? Extra 30 rupees he got from A, so it will become Y plus 30. As simple as that, understood? A had X rupees, B had Y rupees, A gave away 30 rupees, so it will become X minus 30 now. 100 rupees if he had, 30 if he gave away, 70 will be left with him, right? 100 minus 30, same way. B, he already had Y rupees, 30 rupees extra he got, so it became Y plus 30. Now what they are telling, when A gives 30 rupees to B, then B will have twice the money left with him. B will have how much? From here to here is one equation you take. B will have twice the money left with A. B will have how much? Y plus 30? Yes, B will have equal to twice the money. Twice means what you have to do? 2 times the money left with A. How much is money left with A? X minus 30? X minus 30. This is your very first set of equations. Okay, B will have, how much he will have? Now y plus 30, that will be twice of the money left with A, which is X minus 30. Next they are telling, if B gives 10 to A, again you'd solve it like this. A is there, B is there, A had X rupees, B had Y rupees. If B gives 10 to A, so now how much B will have? Y minus 10. How much A will have? X plus 10. Correct? Then what they are telling? They are telling A will have how much? X plus 10 equal to. A will have thrice as much as what is left with B. Thrice means 3 times. What is left with B? Y minus 10. So this is your second set of equation. This is your second equation. This is your first equation. The 2 equations which you have to solve to find how much money each one has. So we have reached the end of the cost problems. I hope all of these problems have now become much more easier to you. Once you see someone solving these for you, explaining these for you, you become very much quicker in understanding these word problems. So nothing to fear. The word problems are just there to scare you. If you try to understand the problems, work out a few of them, practice the different type of problems, each of it will become a piece of cake for you, and I am sure that you will not make any mistakes in your exams. So that's the end of the cost problems. In the next episode, we will take up the next set of problems, the next type of problems. Till then, keep practicing, keep watching the videos, try solving different set of questions, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you. Goodbye.